Well, now it's time to bring the camcorder into the picture. It's a mini DV camcorder, Sony TRV 900. Good camcorder in its day, 3-chip television lens quality. We're going to set it right next door to the projector, and we're going to aim it in the same general direction as the projector and do some precision settings on it before we get started. And of course, the first thing we're going to do is clean the camcorder just the way we did the projector lens. Now we're going to remove our lens hood so we could have good access to the lens. Get it out of the way and get our cleaning solution. Good spritz of glass cleaner on it. And get in there and polish up the lens. Have a good look at it and make sure there are no smudges on it. Dry it off. Blow any dust away. And of course we put our lens hood back on again. And tighten it back up. And we're ready to go. Okay, with the camcorder lens being clean, time to turn the projector back on. And we're going to aim our camcorder at our projected image and set up the best shot we can get for the video transfer. Okay, we turn our camcorder on to the camcorder function. I'm going to put my AV connector in the slot. This is a 3-prong connector. One is for video, one is for left sound, one is for right sound. Since we're not using sound movies, we're not going to use the sound connectors. Place that in its proper spot in the camcorder. Now I'm going to input this to a VCR, this one right here, which will send a signal to this monitor. This monitor will give me a big clear picture of what I want to try and focus on. So camcorder is on, VCR is on, and the signal comes through on this monitor. I'm going to adjust my picture somewhat and try to center it on the big monitor. And there we go. Okay, so once again I can see where my image is going to project, and it's time to put up our movie screen. And our movie screen is going to be a photo quality matte textured paper, 8.5 by 11. The screen is going to be put into place, and we're going to use painter's masking tape to hold it. I just need a few slices of tape to hold it in place. We set our screen right over the image and just tape our corner down. Hold the surface flat. Be sure that it's tight when you tape it down. Go across the corner. And there's your movie screen. Well, now you have a camera's eye view of the projected screen, and I'm going to set up the shot by adjusting the dimensions. I'm going to draw back some, kind of center in on it. And we'll zoom up slightly. Center it up again. Continue to process. I want it to just about fill the camcorder screen with a little bit of a border. Okay, now I'm going to go through some of the camera settings that we need. But so you could follow me, this is a camera's eye view. I want you to be able to follow what I'm doing. I'm going to engage the video out function so you could see on screen what's happening. I'm going to return to the overall menu. I don't need any of those functions now. I want to make sure that steady shot is off. If I'm going to record on the camcorder, I want to make sure I do it in SP. That's the best quality. And the audio mode should be 16-bit. Nothing in here of interest. And the commander should be off. If you're not using a remote control, you should turn the commander off. Okay, now you can see that I have steady shot off, and you can see that I'm in manual focus. Now what I want to do is set the camera exposure settings. First we're going to do white balance. This is the auto function for white balance. This is the sunlight function for white balance. And this is the interior incandescent light function. We want to select that one. Next we want to set the exposure settings. This setting is to influence the shutter speed. As you can see, there's a lot of flicker going on. We want to bring the shutter speed down and try to minimize the flicker as much as possible. 60 is as low as we can go. So we'll select 60. And next up is the exposure. You can influence the exposure up or down, and that'll give you brightness or darkness control on your transfer. Okay, now we're going to set up the focus on the camera, which is the last thing we have to do to the camera. I have a target sheet that I use for that purpose, and I want to set it to be right in the center of the projected image. So again, with my painter's tape, I want to adjust my target image right at about center screen and just tape it in place. And then shut the projector down. Okay, back to a camera's eye view again. And just using the room light, I'm going to bring my exposure up so I can see my target sheet. And then I'm going to zoom up to it. Play around with the focus a little bit. Isn't that a beautiful car? The first Corvette. Okay, so with my focusing ring, I'm going to bring this into as tightly as I can. You can see it's starting to fade again, so you back off again. You want to see a good crisp image in both the car and in the price code, the barcode. And now That's where your focus stays. You never touch the focus on the camera again during the transfer process. Okay, so now we could take our focus target back off the screen again and put a reel of film in the projector and get it set to go. I'm going to thread it through careful here. There's a lot of manual in this machine. It's not terribly automated. Make sure the film is properly in the slot. Close the lens over top. And then lock your film in place. Sure that there's a little bit of slack here. It should always be a little bit of slack between here and the walking mechanism. And then before we start the process, you need a take-up reel. And I know I'm going to turn some heads when I tell you this, but your wastebasket, a good clean wastebasket, is going to serve as your take-up reel. Now we'll set the tape in motion. And we'll hold our leader strip over the take-up reel, the wastebasket. Okay, now it's time to do the projection for reel. On goes the projector. You can see we have our image. And now when I make my adjustments to focusing, remember, I'm not going to touch this camcorder. This camcorder is set in place. The focus is already determined, and that's where it's going to stay. Any refocusing will be done through the projector only. And of course, we have to turn out our room light. Okay, with the projector running, I'm going to tweak the settings a little bit and make sure I can home right in where I want to be. First of all, I can see that I'm at a frame here, so I'm going to adjust it to get my picture just about as centered as I can make it. That's okay for now. Now I'm going to get the framer and adjust the top of the frame. Back off the zoom a little bit and make sure I'm right where I want to be. And now I'll double check the focus. This is probably as good a focus as you can get. And you'll notice that the blips in the screen create little bitty blotches, and they all have sharp edges. If they have sharp edges, you're in as good a focus as you can get. This is my cousin, by the way. He's a great looking old Oldsmobile, isn't it? Okay, and then I want to tweak the exposure level and bring it up to as bright as I want it to be. That might be a little bright. And there you are, you're ready to take. And as you can see, there is a slight flicker on this.